What's going on, everybody? If you're seeing this page, that means the official Torian Rain Reloaded merch store is now available. To get access to the store, make sure you go ahead and click the store tab on my YouTube channel. From there, you will be able to see all the merch that is available. We have mugs, shirts, hoodies, joggers, and so much more to come. All original designs made by yours truly, Torian Rain Reloaded. Now go ahead and get your merch today, and you can feel nothing in style. What's going on, everybody? I am here to do a review for the movie The Creator, another movie that was on my anticipated list when I first saw the very first trailer that got released a couple months ago. Then they dropped the second one and I said I'm definitely locked all the way in. And let me just tell you right now, if you are a huge sci-fi fan, you are going to really enjoy this movie. I think that some sci-fi films have been lacking a little bit lately, or they wasn't bringing anything that was original to the big screen, outside of course your Avatars and movies such as like that, because I really did enjoy Avatar 2, as y'all saw from the review that I did on that one last year. But here we have The Creator, starring John David Washington, and let me tell you something right now. If anybody had any doubt that this man has acting chops, or they feel like he's living in the shadow of his dad, the legendary Denzel Washington, who by the way kicked off the month of September with The Equalizer 3 and have his son end off the month with The Creator, you need to go and watch this movie, because this man's acting range is phenomenal, and I do mean phenomenal in this movie. He has the ability at this point to carry a film in a leading role. As a matter of fact, a lot of the stuff that I've seen him in has been leading, to be quite honest. The first time I saw John David Washington was in that show Ballers that used to come on HBO, that was with The Rock, and of course The Rock was the lead in that, but he was a supporting character. I think that was like the first major thing that he did, but after that he's really done nothing but lead roles since then. And I'm loving that he's able to expand his horizons with the type of roles that he's doing. He's not doing anything that's considered cliche, or the usual thing that they would love to have a lot of black male actors be in. He did that movie Tenet. Some people were either yay or nay. It was really no in between when it came to that. He did that movie Malcolm and Marie, and he's done other movies and films as well. I truly believe that he is gearing up to be a lead in some kind of a Marvel film. I truly believe that's on the horizon. But anyway, his performance in this movie was so great. It was really good. He showed different range of emotions. His dramatic acting is very good. He knew how to do a little slight comedy in there, here and there, but he also knew how to bring emotions on the tearful side. Like, it was certain scenes in this movie, like, it's like, damn, he is selling it. Like, he is really pulling at people's heartstrings with the level of performance that he was doing when it came to this film. But really, to really get into it, and I know I kind of jumped the gun because I was going right into John David Washington's performance, let me tell you what the movie was about. So the movie The Creator is basically about how AI is coming into fruition, and how humans have seen a benefit for AI, and then all of a sudden something just goes horribly wrong, and now they have to find a way to destroy the AI, because the AI ended up dropping, or so they say, AI dropped a nuke bomb on Los Angeles. And a nuke bomb, that the range of the destruction a nuke bomb can do will destroy and decimate just about anything in its path. You can't really outrun it. If you're in its path, it's most likely going to take you out. And now the government is finding a way, or has built this space shuttle called the Nomad, that basically goes around and tracks different areas around the world where the AI, I guess you could say factions, have been created. Because basically now the AI has become so advanced and is moving so much that it has developed their own towns, their own cities, and all of this different stuff. And they basically said that because of what they did in Los Angeles, now we have to go out and we have to destroy all of the AI. But the problem is, they have to destroy the source of what is creating or helping to create the AI. And this source comes in the form of a weapon, this little girl named Alfie, or Alpha Omega, but they call her Alfie for short in the movie. and she is basically one of the few, if not the only AI that was created out of an embryo. And I'm gonna tell you something right now, that plot twist, I usually don't figure out plot twists early on in the film, but in this movie I was able to figure out the plot twist rather like a good hour before they revealed what it was. And I was like, I'm glad. I'm just sitting in the theater watching it and saying to myself, I'm glad I got this plot twist correct. But basically she's a weapon, and because she was created while she was an embryo, unlike the others that were created, you know, from people's likeness, because that's what they really do, is they ask people, actual human beings, to donate their likeness. They actually said in the movie to donate your likeness to this AI. And it's crazy when you're looking at the movie and certain things that they're saying, like to donate your likeness, and you think about what's going on, or what was going on with this writer's strike, and how AI has literally been a huge focal point of the strike. And you look at this movie and it's like, wow, the parallels are interestingly similar, of, you know, taking something that is in a movie and seeing what's going on in real life, and seeing and saying to yourself, is this the direction that reality is most likely headed? But basically they have to work to try to destroy this source, to destroy this power, because her abilities are so great that it could ruin everything that they're trying to do. And basically what her powers is she's able to halt or to destroy any type of electro, I guess you can say, source. Anything that's powered by tech, she can shut down or briefly halt it from being of use. And she's one of the only AI bots that can grow, unlike the other ones that they only they pretty much stay the same. She can actually grow. Like, she was born, she can grow from a child to an adult and continue to grow and die, like pretty much function like a human being while having these powers and being AI at the same time. It kind of reminds me of that movie The Golden Child. Like, when I was looking at the aesthetic of it, you know, you had Eddie Murphy, then you had the child, and in this movie you have John David Washington and this child. And it's kind of crazy how all of this happens, because in The Golden Child, the child has special abilities and special powers. In this movie, this child has special abilities and special powers, but the only difference is that they are an AI. They're an AI bot, but they have human emotions, so to speak. So they're very different from others. I can tell they shot on location when it came to this. The landscape of this movie was good. The way that they shot this movie was very well done. The action in this movie was very, very good. The story was very driven. There wasn't really any much downtime to me when it came to the pacing of how the story went. It's like it hit you here, then it was a little bit of downtime, hit you again, a little bit of downtime. When that third act though kicks in, it's no time for any downtime. It's like one of those things where once the action kicks in, it stays in for at least a good hour. And I'm telling you, it is very, very well put together. I would say that the structure of that Nomad ship look kind of creepy, because it's like, it looks like an alien coming out of the sky. Like, imagine you look up in the sky and you see something like that just floating across, and it has these beams shooting down. And I'm thinking, when I first saw the movie, I'm thinking the beams is something that's going to pull people up, almost like a spaceship. But no, it was basically scanning the area to tell the machine or the computer, hey, that's where some AI nation is at. Let's go and destroy it. And it's another one of those movies of, who is the bad guy? Is it the AI? Is it the human? And I'm gonna just be honest with you, after seeing this movie, I think we all know the answer to that. It was, in my opinion, most definitely the humans, for sure. In my opinion, it was no doubt about it, no question of who was the bad guy in this movie. And the crazy part about it is, you know, some movies like this tend to only have one villain. No, this movie had like at least three. From my guesstimate, this movie, it had like three villains. So the creator, all in all, one of the best movies I've seen this year, one of the best sci-fi movies I've seen in a while. And one thing that I really love is that we don't often see a lot of black actors or actresses leading sci-fi films. And this movie right here shows without the shadow of a doubt that if you have the right script, the right director, the right story, and the right actor or actress or actors and actresses, a black actor and actress can lead a sci-fi film, as it has been shown with this movie right here. I don't think I heard any kind of bad review when it came to this movie, but I said, let me go see it for myself and see if the reviews actually live up to the hype. And I can honestly say without the shadow of a doubt, they most definitely live up to the hype. So the one thing that is going to probably hurt the movie hurt it for me is not the movie itself. It's the fact that because this movie came out right after the strike was over, it didn't give the actors enough time, or any time for that matter, to promote this movie properly. So it's almost like the people who, like myself, who are reviewing it have to be almost like the people who are promoting this movie, because they couldn't talk about it. Like John David Washington and all the supporting cast could not talk about this movie. So it's probably not going to get the push that it should, because honestly, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. If this strike wasn't going on and this movie could have got the proper push that it deserved, I could honestly say this could have been a $1 billion film. And I don't say that about most films. I think the only other movie I said about that this year was the Super Mario Brothers. Like, I saw the writing on the wall for that one immediately. I knew that was going to make $1 billion just off of nostalgia alone. But I think that if it wasn't for the strikes, this movie could have could easily make $1 billion, or could have been $1 billion film. I honestly don't think it's going to make that because of the strikes and they couldn't promote the film properly, but I do believe it's going to definitely rake in some cash. I highly believe it's going to be #1 in the box office this weekend for sure. And I think it's dope that you got Denzel Washington kicking off the month of September, and you have his son ending off the month with bangers, because Equalizer 3 was a good chapter close to that series, and The Creator was a great sci-fi film, and John David Washington, he did the damn thing. Again, like I said in the beginning of my review, if you had any doubts that this man could not act, or y'all felt like he was acting too much or sounding too much like his dad, y'all need to, I implore you to go and watch this movie, and I'm guaranteeing you're gonna change your scope about this man's acting chops. But all in all, that's going to conclude my review for The Creator. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments. This is a movie that you will check out, or are you going to wait until it comes onto some kind of a streaming platform and watch it then? I'll talk to y'all in the next one.